Jai Hind viewers, welcome back to the Global Strategic and Defense News. Today, we are going to discuss a very important topic with a very eminent person. And this topic is something which you keep on hearing on the electronic media, keep on reading in the print media. Social media is full of the topic that we're going to discuss today. The topic that we're going to discuss today is lost voices, understanding the rising suicides amongst boys. And to discuss this very important topic, I have a very eminent personality who has been very gracious to have spared her time to come on the Global Strategy and Defense News. She is Indu Punj, who is the founder of Stories Matter. She founded this portal in 2019 with the aim to create awareness through stories. And I've been following her work on LinkedIn, and I can assure you it's a phenomenal work, and you should subscribe to her channel. It is a great learning as well. Indu Punj has apart from founding Stories Matter, like I said, she has been a great trainer, a counselor, a content creator, a wellness counselor. And with this great experience that she has, I'm sure that each one of you watching this show will greatly benefit to understand this topic that I said is so important and immensely, affecting every family sooner or later. Welcome, Indu Punj, to the Achievers Articulate on the Global Strategic and Defense News.
Thank you so much, Colonel Sodi, for having me on your platform. Indeed, you've picked up a very pertinent topic, and thanks a lot for your kind words about my career and my profile. I'm looking forward to having a meaningful discussion with you.
Welcome. My first question is that please tell us about your incredible life journey from being a school child to now being such an eminent persona where your work is being appreciated not only nationally but internationally as well.
My life has been quite a normal one. There were luckily not much of ups and downs. I'm born, brought up in Chandigarh, studied there, did my graduation, post-graduation, B.Ed from Punjab University, Chandigarh, then got married to a defense officer, traveled across the country, globally, served in various organizations internationally, nationally, across various boards. So after having served for 20 years in schools, I made a shift in my career and started working as a director teacher training in one of the NGOs. But somewhere I felt the need to bring in mental health because I had done my post-graduation in psychology, and that's where also after pandemic, I started the need to bring in mental health into spreading awareness, as you've rightly mentioned in my introduction. So I felt there was a lot of gap in our educational organizations. Even when I travel today across the country in various schools, most of the schools, including teachers, don't even know who a counselor is, what do they do, and forget about talking about mental health and emotional regulation. So, which is where I created this program, which is called Stories Matter. The motto of the program is every person, each one of us has a story and every story matters. So let no one feels invisible in your class or around you, and each child should be heard, seen, and accepted equally. That's what I try and propagate through my stories. Thank you.
Well, very nicely explained, and I totally agree with you that the appointment or the post of a counselor in most schools is a very underrated appointment, whereas I would say it is the most important appointment for the simple reason that you can find many physics teachers, chemistry teachers, biology teachers, but the fact remains it is the counselor who makes a lot of difference, especially those who have issues, whether in the personal life, in the school life, or college life. So I totally agree with you that we as a country really need to come up with this concept, which I feel in the West has already made a lot of headways, but I'm sure that our country is working on it. And I totally agree with you that this is an appointment which needs a lot of emphasis in the times to come. My next question to you is that why is there an increasing rise in suicides amongst the youth and more so notably in the boys?
Yes, thank you for picking up this question, which has really been bothering me of late. If you read news from past 3, 4 months, you would see every month there is an increase in suicide rates, especially amongst boys or people in corporate world, in IITs, in AIMS. So what happens basically, I'll explain it in 3 points. First is as we started the conversation, nobody is taught how to regulate their emotions. If something is bothering me, if something is troubling me, I am unable to first understand why is this happening to me. So we need to stop, pause, and ask ourselves what is happening to me. And then second part of the conversation to ourselves is, we call it soul. So are you even open to understanding your problem or accepting your problem, that this is happening to me and what should I do? First is, are you getting aware of this, that something is bothering me continuously and it is, stressing me in every situation, be it home or be it office or be it my relationships. So once I have identified the problem, second thing is, I ask myself, what should I do to help myself in this situation? So first, understanding the problem, then accepting the problem. Third is, am I able to seek help or discuss it with somebody to seek help? What I have seen majorly amongst boys or men, is that they are unable to share their inner turmoils. Females are very open to discussing it with their friend or their elder sister or their mother. Even when I have 2 children, between a daughter and a son, I have seen daughter is able to share everything about her life, either with me or with her father. But when it comes to my son, it takes too much, like he takes too long to open up. To get one secret out of his life is very difficult. So boys are unable to share their problems with anybody. They have this fear of being judged, so they keep that pressure of stress or something that's bothering them is building up, like we can call it pressure cooker situation. They are unable to release that pressure and one day it bursts. So third thing is fear of being judged or fear of being a failure, be it in a relationship, be it in a job, be it in a project. So let's say pick up a scenario where a student is failing. He cleared this IIT examination, but eventually when he reached or he's studying amongst toppers, now he started failing. This thing, he's unable to accept the situation, that how can I be a failure? So instead of analyzing it from a point of view where they try to solve the problem, they get into this blame game of ridiculing themselves or with a negative self talk, where they feel that I am a failure in this particular situation. I am unable to meet expectations of my parents or my family, and how do I face them? So we have spoken to children where we talk to them, how would your father or mother like to see you, as a happy living child or somebody who is not there, and just because he or she could not face this situation? So the thing is, here children have to learn to first understand the problem. Second, we have to normalize seeking help from a professional, not from your friend or a guide or somebody who may further aggravate the situation. So a professional definitely helps a person coming out of this situation. Third thing is that it is okay to fail in a relationship or in a job or in a any situation, because you don't need to quit life. You can just quit the toxicity of the problem. So these things, I think we have to discuss with our children right from foundation years, where they are taught to accept failures, rejections, toxicity of people. Because if situation is not in your control and is outside locus of your control, you can't help it, and you are not to be blamed, and it is okay to quit. It's okay to break a relation. It is okay to walk away, because life has much more in store than this one particular thing which is bothering you. Uh, I feel as a counselor, this is extremely important.
Very pertinent points you have made, and I totally agree with every and each word that you said, because part of it I can relate with my personal life, part of it I can relate with my close friends, my course mates, my classmates from school who have been through a similar phase, which you described. I think you have brought out very good points. I would like here to tell you something that, after I took voluntary retirement from the army, I worked in the corporate, and I changed 3 jobs in 3 years. I was not able to adjust in the corporate because, I thought maybe I've come from the army background, so it'll take me time to adjust. But then when I realized, no, probably the corporate life is not made for me. And when I started speaking to others, I found that most of the military personnel who had taken voluntary retirement and were working in the corporate were facing a similar thing. That is when I started realizing, no, it is not a unique thing happening with me. It is happening with many people. And I totally agree with you. Whenever one faces a problem, one should speak up. And another very good point you have made, girls speak up easily, women speak up easily, but it's the boys and men who take a lot of time, probably because of the societal pressures that a man cannot be, see it as a
Speak.
failure. A man cannot cry. A man cannot, bring out his problems. So I totally agree with every point you have made. You have explained and expressed the things so well. Thank you so much. My next question to you is that, what can the society as a whole and the individual in his or her personal capacity do to stop this ever increasing menace of societies?
See, first of all, we have to observe people around us. When I was talking about this, was my recent experience in IIT Delhi. There was this case who was saved. I spoke to him, and when I went and talked to people around him, the boys staying next door, none of them knew each other. So we started this program, Know Your Neighbor, where we have no idea what is the person sitting next to your desk or in your office or in your around your neighborhood is suffering from. So we as a society need to be little more empathetic towards others as leaders. If you see your subordinate or your team member suffering and there is some sort of change in his behavior, he's not taking participating actively in regular activities, also is withdrawn, is seen very quiet, you would see these people, they suddenly they kind of start isolating themselves. So they are no more interested in having those parties, or they may be sitting in a party also, but very in a very quiet corner, because inside their head there's something cooking always. So we have to be very observant of such cases. If as a friend, as a father, or as a brother, as a sister, you see somebody suffering, we need to bring this to notice and we need to talk about it. We have to create that conducive environment about around the person, that it is okay, this is a safe zone, you will not be judged. We understand there can be problems at work, there can be problems in relationships, there can be issues which can be resolved. So we also lack a lot of communication at homes. You would see mostly friends, when they meet, they drink, they eat, they do ha ha ha, but there is no authentic, deep level connection, or a conversation is never about something that's actually bothering me inside. Maybe something is killing me, but nobody is even interested in listening to me. So we need people who are authentic, who are real friends, who are bothered about your well-being, and they are there for you, and they make you realize that, oh, come what may, we are there with you, we won't judge you, you'll not be judged, let's go take help, let's go take help from a professional, let's talk about it, let's resolve it. So when people would get comfortable talking about their problems with each other, these things can easily be tackled. I think we need to be very observant about people around us and empathetic about it.
Absolutely. I have a small
Yeah.
question related to
And
this.
one more, sorry, one more point about the person who is suffering. You have to understand, you have to be your best friend. As you would make your best friend comfortable in that situation, ask, what should I do to help myself? What should I do? What advice you would have given to your best friend? If you can't be your best friend, who else can be? So these things have to be taught. This is what we teach in our sessions. This is how we teach people how to deal with their stresses in daily life.
A very, punchline you have said that if you can't be your own best friend, who else can be your best friend? Very wonderfully said. A small question with this is that the points that you brought out was so good. Do you feel this social media or electronic devices are playing some role in isolating a person today?
Yes, of course, they are doing a lot because about adolescence, if you watch this show which has come up, how they are playing on a child's mind, we are constantly comparing ourselves with others, with our skin, our hair, our jobs, if somebody is posted a picture of their achievements, if you see LinkedIn, people are posting as if they are always winning, always getting awards or rewards. The other person who is a normal gentleman doing his 9 to 5 job would say, oh, I am unable to do all this, maybe I am a failure. So those comparisons is one thing that is killing a person. Second is you don't feel the need to talk again. You are so happy on screen, just scrolling mindlessly and wasting your time, and you are learning nothing out of it. So this of course is causing a lot of isolation. Two people sitting for a dining this thing you would see in even restaurants, four or two people sitting in front of each other, both are on their screens and they are not interested in talking to each other. So this is what is causing isolation, and when they are alone they feel, oh, I have no one to speak to.
True, and that's the
It's
reason
better
some
to
countries.
leave your phone aside and connect with the person sitting
Right.
in front.
True, very true. And this is the reason why some countries have started banning social media, smartphones for children
Australia
below a
has
certain age.
banned it
Yeah, I
for.
think that's a very fine move to done. My
I think
last,
that should be there.
yes, definitely. I totally agree with you. My last question to you is that you have succeeded so well in life, you've done so well for yourself. What advice would you like to give to the young generation who are on the cusp of embarking on a career?
First advice is first understand yourself. What would you want to be? Like when we take it as a counseling point of view, we say understand your orientation style. Do you want to be into administrator in administration, or do you want to be in artistic bent of mind? Are you somebody who would like to be a researcher? So first understand your personality type, your aptitude, your interests, your area of where would you like to venture. But the point problem here is when they are at class 8th or ninth level, they do not have these understandings, and it's very difficult for a child to visualize their life 5 or 10 years afterwards. So here comes the point where teachers, parents can give them guidance, expose them to various careers. Here, the decision should never be made on on the basis of peer pressure, or just because my father said so I took up these subjects. Because most हम लोग घर में कहते हैं कि पहले हम इंजीनियर बनते हैं, बाद में हम कुछ और बनने का सोचते हैं. So might as well do your homework properly, understand what is your bent of mind, what kind of emotional intelligence you have to deal in which kind of profession, and 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line, where do you want to see yourself excelling? So pick up careers according to those. I think needs a little in-depth analysis and can't be answered in just one line. There are career libraries available by career counseling sites. You can go explore your libraries where they talk about what are the new age careers in technology. It could be coding, it could be web designing, it could be content creation, YouTube. So depending on your area of interest, pick up the subjects. Second thing is, if you are studying, you think you want to earn money, it can be a side hustle, which many students are doing. Like if I'm creating content, most of my editors are young students. So they learn to edit videos and they are earning a lot. They charge per minute. So you can, alongside your courses, you can choose a lot of online courses or add-on skills like communication, confidence, speaking skills, which can be added advantage when you pick up a job. So these things are extremely important for any student to excel in life, because these days degrees alone cannot fetch you a good package.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you that degrees will not fetch you the kind of job that looking at. It is your attitude, your aptitude towards the line that you want to choose. So very nicely explained. Viewers, I'm sure that you must have gained a lot. And I have learned a lot because it has been one of the most interesting and enriching sessions that I've ever had on the Global Study and Defense News. And I would be posting the link of Stories Matter. I would request all of you to subscribe to this because I learn a lot from watching Stories Matter. I'm sure you all will do. And I have one request to you, which I always say at the end of my show. Please like, subscribe, and forward this interview to the maximum you can. And most important, do comment because your comments have a lot of value. It tells the path that GSDN is taking. It also, gives us a lot of chance to answer your queries. Thank you so much, Indu Punj, for taking out your extremely valuable time, enlightening us, enriching us, telling us so many things, which I am sure every, not only Indian citizen, every global citizen should watch your show because this is one issue which affects us all directly or indirectly, maybe today, maybe later, but yes, it is affecting each one of us. Thank you so much once again for spending your time and coming on the Global Strategic and Defense News.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure, and I really enjoyed sharing my thoughts with you. I hope our viewers get benefited from it. Thank you.